Imagine, if you will, a group of young adventurers, brimming with excitement and the unbreakable spirit of youth, setting out into the frozen wilderness of the Soviet Union's Ural Mountains. It's the winter of 1959, and these 9 experienced hikers, students and recent graduates from the Ural Polytechnical Institute, are embarking on what should be the trek of a lifetime. Led by the charismatic Igor Dyatlov, they're aiming to conquer the remote peaks, earn their highest certification in ski touring, and forge memories amid the snow-swept landscapes. But instead of triumph, they vanish into the night, leaving behind a trail of mystery that has puzzled investigators, scientists, and conspiracy theorists for over 6 decades. Their bodies are found scattered across the slopes, mutilated in ways that defy explanation, with no signs of intruders or struggle. What force could drive them from their tent in sub-zero temperatures, half-dressed and terrified? Was it nature's fury, a secret government experiment, or something far more otherworldly? Tonight, on Imagine If You Will, we delve into one of the most chilling, unsolved mysteries of the 20th century, the Dyatlov Pass incident. Let's start at the beginning, painting a picture of these intrepid souls and the world they inhabited. The year is 1959. Deep in the heart of the Cold War-era Soviet Union. The group assembles in Sverdlovsk, now known as Yekaterinburg, a bustling industrial city in the Ural region. Igor Dyatlov, a 23-year-old radio engineering student with a passion for exploration, is the expedition's leader. He's no novice. He's led hikes before and is known for his meticulous planning and unyielding determination. Joining him are 8 others, each bringing their own skills and enthusiasm. There's Zinaida Kolmogorova, or Zina, a 22-year-old with a warm smile and a diary full of poetic reflections on the journey. Lyudmila Dubinina, 20, energetic and outspoken, who's studying economics. Alexander Kolevato, 24, a nuclear physics whiz with a quiet intensity. Rustem Slobodin, 23, an engineering grad known for his guitar playing around campfires. Yuri Krivonischenko, 23, nicknamed Georgiy, a fun-loving guy with a knack for photography. Yuri Doroshenko, 21, strong and reliable, often the one hauling the heaviest loads. Nicolas Thibeaux-Brignollel, 23, or Kolya, a construction engineer with French roots in his family name. And finally, Semyon Zolotaryov, the oldest at 38, a war veteran and survival expert who joined the group at the last minute, bringing his mandolin and a mysterious aura. On January 23, 1959, they depart Sverdlovsk by train, heading north to Ivdel, a small town in Sverdlovsk Oblast. From there, they hitch a ride on a truck to Vizay, a logging settlement that's the last outpost of civilization before the wilds. Vizay is nestled in the northern Urals, a region of dense taiga forests, jagged mountains, and brutal winters where temperatures can plummet to minus 30 degrees Celsius or lower. The group spends a night in Vizay, mingling with locals and fine-tuning their gear. Then, on January 27th, they set off on skis, pulling sleds loaded with supplies toward their goal, Mount Otorten, about 100 kilometers away. Otorten, meaning don't go there in the local Mansi language, looms in the distance, but the hikers are undeterred. Their route takes them through the Ospia River Valley, a picturesque but unforgiving path flanked by snow-covered pines and rolling hills. Diaries and photos recovered later paint a vivid picture of their early days, laughter around campfires, snowball fights, and songs under the stars. Krivonischenko's camera captures moments of joy, Dubinina posing dramatically, Slobodin strumming his guitar. But there's a subtle undercurrent. One hiker, Yuri Yudin, falls ill with rheumatism and turns back on January 28th from the abandoned mining village of North 2, the last place they see another human soul. Yudin hugs his friends goodbye, promising to reunite in Sverdlovsk. He would be the only survivor. The group presses on, documenting their progress meticulously. On January 31st, they cache excess supplies in the valley for the return trip and ascend toward the pass between Mount Kolat-Sayakal, ominously translated as Dead Mountain in Mansi lore, and a neighboring peak. Kolat-Sayakal is a barren, wind-scoured slope at about 1,079 meters elevation, named for its lack of game and vegetation. The Mansi people, indigenous hunters of the region, tell stories of spirits and taboos associated with the mountain. But the hikers, rational Soviet youth, dismiss such superstitions. Their last known camp is pitched on February 1st on the eastern slope of Kolevato. Photos show them digging a flat platform in the snow for their tent, a standard practice to shield from wind. Inside, they share a meal, perhaps some salami and tea, before settling in for the night. What happens next is where the nightmare begins. When the group fails to send a telegram from Vizay by February 12th as planned, concern mounts. A search party, including fellow students, military personnel, and Mansi guides, is dispatched on February 20th. On February 26th, rescuers spot the tent from a helicopter. It's partially collapsed under snow, but eerily, it's been slashed open from the inside with a knife. Footprints, 8 or 9 sets, lead downhill toward the Lozva River Valley, about 1.5 kilometers away. The tracks show people in socks, one shoe, or barefoot, fleeing in panic. Inside the tent, abandoned boots, coats, axes, and a stove half assembled with uneaten food. No blood, no signs of a fight. It looks like they bolted in terror, leaving everything behind in temperatures that dip to minus 25 degrees Celsius with wind chill. Following the footprints, searchers find the first bodies under a large cedar tree at the valley's edge. Georgiy Krivonischenko and Yuri Doroshenko, shirtless and shoeless, huddled near the remnants of a small fire. Their hands are burned, as if they desperately tried to warm themselves. Branches are broken up to 5 meters high on the tree, suggesting someone climbed for firewood or a vantage point. Nearby, Igor Dyatlov's body is found, face up, in the snow, clutching a birch branch, about 300 meters back toward the tent. Rustem Slobodin is discovered further up, with a fractured skull but no external wounds. Zinaida Kolmogorova is closest to the tent, her face bloodied, as if she'd crawled desperately uphill before collapsing. It takes until May, when the snow melts, to find the remaining 4 in a ravine 4 kilometers from the tent. Lyudmila Dubinina, Alexander Kolevato, Nicolas Thibeaux-Brignollel, and Semyon Zolotaryov. They're in a makeshift den, buried under 4 meters of snow. Their injuries are horrific. Dubinina missing her tongue, eyes, and part of her lips. Thibeaux-Brignollel with a crushed skull. Zolotaryov and Dubinina with multiple rib fractures, as if hit by a car. Yet no external bruising on the chests. Some wear clothing stripped from the earlier bodies, suggesting survivors tried to endure. Autopsies reveal hypothermia as the main cause for the first 5, but the ravine group's traumas are inexplicable. Toxicology shows no alcohol or poisons. The tent's fabric is tested. No radiation above normal, though later rumors persist. The official Soviet investigation, led by prosecutor Lev Ivanov, closes in May 1959, concluding a compelling natural force caused the deaths, but files are classified until the 1990s. Now, as we wrap up the tale of terror on Dead Mountain, let's dive into the theories and speculations. Buckle up, because this is where it gets wild, and we'll separate the plausible from the paranormal. First up, the leading scientific theory, a slab avalanche. In 2021, Swiss researchers Johann Gaum and Alexander Puzrin modeled the scene using data from the era and even Disney's frozen animation tech for snow dynamics. They propose a katabatic wind, fierce, gravity-driven gusts, built up a small slab of snow above the tent's dugout platform. When it released, it didn't bury them, but collapsed the tent, causing blunt traumas like rib fractures from the impact. Panicked and injured, they fled to the valley, where hypothermia and a fall into the ravine finished the job. Missing eyes and tongue? Likely scavengers like foxes or birds post-mortem. This theory gained traction, even featured in National Geographic, and explains the lack of massive snow displacement. It was a mini avalanche, not a full one. But hold on, Critics point out no avalanche tracks were found, and the slope was only 20 to 30 degrees, too gentle for most avalanches. Plus, why cut the tent instead of digging out? Enter the military cover-up theory. The Urals were a hotbed for Soviet weapons testing in the 50s. Some speculate a secret rocket launch or parachute mine test went awry, with explosions or chemicals forcing the hikers out. Zolotaryov, the veteran, had a camera with frames showing odd lights, perhaps missiles? And those orange-tinted skins and reported radiation on clothes, maybe fallout. Locals recalled seeing fireballs in the sky that February. The classified files and hasty closure fueled this. Was Ivanov pressured to bury the truth? Then there's the paranormal side. Mansi legends speak of spirits on Kolevato, punishing intruders. Some theories invoke the Yeti. A 1959 photo from the group's camera shows a blurry, hulking figure in the woods. Or infrasound from wind vortices, inducing panic and hallucinations, driving them mad. UFO enthusiasts cite those fireballs as alien craft, perhaps dissecting the bodies, hence missing parts. Even the Russian Roswell moniker ties it to extraterrestrial experiments. Reddit threads buzz with hybrids. Maybe a slab avalanche plus military involvement, or natural forces amplified by something unseen. One user suggests they stumbled on a KGB operation, leading to a staged accident. But as the Y-Files might say, the truth often hides in the mundane. The avalanche model fits most evidence, debunking the supernatural. Yet, anomalies like the precise injuries and absent tongue, not fully scavenged, leave room for doubt. In the end, the Dyatlov Pass incident reminds us of nature's indifference and humanity's fragility. Imagine, if you will, those 9 souls, forever etched in the snows of the Urals, whispering warnings to those who dare tread where they fell. What really happened that fateful night? Perhaps we'll never know, but in the quiet of the mountains, the mystery endures, a chilling echo of the unknown. Until next time, keep wondering and stay safe out there in the wild. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Good night.